Hey y'all, it's your girl AkiraSharai, and welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Long as you dreaming about me, ain't no problem. I don't got nobody just with you right now. But the truth, I look better under you. I can't lose.
Okay y'all, so you may or may not know, which if you don't know, that's a problem, because that means you're not following my Instagram. And if you're not following my Instagram, what are you doing? How are you staying up to date with me? What's going on? Like, what's really tea? Like, make sure you follow my Instagram at AkiraSharai. It will also be linked down in the description below. But just to stay up to date on my everyday life, what I have going on, different things like that, I will be posting different things on my story. So just to be able to interact with me, make sure you all are following my Instagram. But I recently posted on my Instagram that I just finished my 10 weeks interning for Johnson & Johnson, a Fortune 500 company, over the summer. Today was actually my last day, so little bittersweet moment, but I just have 10 things that I learned during the duration of my internship that I feel as though it's only right I share it with you all, in case you all are going through the same thing. You're looking to intern with J&J or with another Fortune 500 company, any of those things. I just feel as though this will be able to help you in your journey as you get ready to prepare, or if you already are interning, any of those things like that. So we're just gonna get straight into the video. Number one, y'all, going out to eat for lunch will become literally a norm, like your best friend. When I tell you going out to lunch is a celebration for everything in corporate America. If you're going away, if you're just starting, I know like my welcome and my going away, we went out to lunch both times. There were other people that I went out to lunch with as well, because they were going away or they got promoted, anything like that. Y'all, food is corporate America's best friend. They will bring lunch, like cater lunch. They just love lunch. Like, it's when it comes to food, they gonna always feed you good, and the food be good, let me just tell you. Number two, your boss, your manager, your higher up, whoever is over you, they do not care how long it takes you to get the assignment done. And when I say that, I mean like it's how many hours it takes you to complete the assignment, as long as it's done by the deadline. So that means if it takes you 5 minutes to do an assignment or 5 hours to do an assignment, they don't care. As long as it's on their desk, emailed to them, turned in, whatever, by that deadline, they don't care. So not always do your work so fast, because then it's like they're looking for a busy work to give you and more things for you to do. But also don't drag it out either, because you don't want to miss those deadlines and then create a bad reputation of yourself, and then they look at you as you're not reliable. So I would say learn how to pretty much estimate a good amount of time as to when to get your work done, but also make sure you stick to that time, because like I said, you want to make sure that you're reliable and that they can count on you. Number three, always be overly prepared, y'all. Like, when I tell you, I would have some meetings where it's like I didn't even think they was gonna ask me no questions, even speak to me or anything like that, and they ask the questions, y'all. You never want to be put on a spot where you don't know the answer to something. They're looking for you to know the answer. So I would say always be overly prepared, have notes ready, updates ready, anything. Even if they don't bring it up, at least you know that if they would have, you would have been ready. Number four, if you have a problem, before you bring it to anyone, already have a solution in mind. A lot of people in corporate America do not like when people just have all these problems, but then they're not willing to also find a solution or come with a solution or anything like that, because it's like, how do you expect us to move forward as a company when it's like you coming with these problems but you don't know no answers, or you're not trying to help figure out the answer or help to be a solution? So either be a solution, find a solution, always have a solution. Number five, this kind of goes back into the topic when I was saying make sure you're overly prepared in case anybody asks you any questions. Now, if you are asked a question but you don't know the answer, never say you don't know or make it seem like you don't know. Instead, say, I will get back with you when I have a definite answer, because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. This will help alleviate any problems that may arise later if you think you know something. Like, say you're 50-50 about something and you tell them the answer, but then that's the wrong answer. Y'all, these people will turn on you like this. Not to say corporate America is a bad thing or anything like that, but people in general will throw you under the bus. They will say, I got my answer from this person or anything like that, so that it takes the blame off of themselves. So be on top of your P's and Q's, y'all, and just don't make it seem like you don't know, but also never give the wrong answer. Find out the 100% correct answer and then come back to them with that answer. Number 6, make sure you're asking all of the right questions that you need to make sure you completely understand what you're being asked to do, what you're being told to do, anything like that. Because people in corporate America, Fortune 500 companies, any company you work for, they do not like repeating themselves. So if they feel like they just explained everything to you and you walked away feeling as though you knew it, and then you come back asking them the same questions about what they just went over when they asked you already if you had any questions, they do not like that. So make sure you're just asking, even if you know the answer to the question but you still like aren't 100% sure about it, ask the question, y'all. Like they will rather you ask the question in that moment and they get all your questions answered up front and you have clarity, then you steady coming back asking more questions. Now if questions arise as you're doing the job and it's separate from what they originally told you, like now you are a little confused or anything or something, it's okay to go back then, but make sure you have all the information you need so that you don't have to keep coming back, if that makes sense. Number 7, when you have meetings like board meetings, conference meetings, anything like that, never walk away from a meeting without reiterating the key takeaways and the updates. Because if you come to a meeting, you don't want it to be as if we're just talking but no progress is being made. Progress needs to always be made by the end of that meeting, and you need to identify what progress will be made so that in your next meeting you can start it off with, okay, this is what we said we was going to do. By the end of the meeting, this is what we're going to do to move forward. How have we accomplished what we said we were going to do? That's how your meeting should flow throughout. Next, y'all, wearing full suits isn't really a norm anymore. Like, I know I'm an SBI student at Florida A&M University. Yeah, big rattlers. But they train us to wear suits every Tuesday and Thursday. We in a suit when we come to forum. We're in business casual sometimes when we come to class, when we have guest speakers, different things like that. We're trained to dress up so that we're always prepared no matter who comes. When you get into the workforce, you're going to see people, they may have on jeans, different things like that, but they still look presentable. You don't want to be wearing like ripped jeans or shorts or too short skirts, stuff like that. But also understand that sometimes it's better to be business casual than business professional, because not everyone is always wearing a suit. So sometimes if you have on that suit, you may get like a few head turns or whatever. That's not a bad thing because you're setting yourself apart from everyone else. So I would say don't try to lean away from wearing suits, because I know one thing about it, I still put my suit on because I'ma still step. Like, I don't care what you got on, but I know I'ma feel comfortable in my own skin, in my own clothes. Like, that's what I want to wear, that's what I'm gonna wear. But just understand that it's not always a norm like how it used to be. Like, it used to be suit and tie no matter where you went when you was on that job, but now people are more so like in business casual, stuff like that, especially since the pandemic, because you know a lot of people was used to working from home and stuff like that. So just know suits aren't as normal as they used to. Next, y'all, never let that little green light, y'all know on y'all computers or whatever, when you're, and if you don't know, when you start interning or if you're looking to start an internship or anything like that, when you get your computer, I know a lot of companies use Teams and it'll be like the green arrow, or not arrow, but the green check to let you know that like they're online or whatever. Y'all, whatever your light is, if it's not on Teams or anything, do not let that light turn yellow. If it do, you need to be wiggling that mouse. But what that means is that you're away from your computer. So if you're at your computer but you're just not using it, say like you finish your work or whatever, and you're just not like tentative to like what's going on the computer, you may not have nothing to do on the computer, which that's not a bad thing. You may have just finished your work, but you don't want that button or that light turning a different color from green, because then it's like, okay, what's she doing? She's not doing her job. She's not at her desk. Why can't I get in contact with her during work hours? Things like that. You want to make sure that light stay green, y'all. Even if you gotta get the little, I think it's called a gigolo, like it's pretty much something like you put your mouse on top of it and it'll like move your mouse for you to make sure like your computer stay awake. Look, y'all, I'm putting y'all on now, okay? I think it's called a gigolo. And number 10, my last and final tip, y'all. If you're one of those people who link their emails to their phones, I know I am. Just because I want to stay up to date, like I like to see the emails, but I won't respond. Do not respond from your phone. For one, it notifies at the bottom of the email that you responded from your phone. And number two, if it's like after work hours, people will take advantage of that and constantly email you on the weekends, after work hours. You want to maintain a good work-life balance. So if you're done, you need to remain done. Like, don't be trying to allow people to get in contact with you from work and they're discussing work. At the end of the day, you did your 8 hours. You did your 40 hours a week. Once you done, like when you log off. So if there's nothing wrong with having your emails come to your phone, but just know and be mindful that some people do take advantage of that, and they will constantly try to get in contact with you, constantly try to email you and message you outside of work hours. Don't respond until you get back to that office in front of your computer and y'all can have a conversation then. Especially like on Fridays, baby, once that laptop is closed, it's closed till Monday. Like, don't be emailing and messaging and all that stuff. No, we not having none of that. Period. Healthy work-life balance. Okay, y'all, so that concludes all of the tips I have for y'all. I wish y'all the best as y'all go out and do these internships. I know college students, some people do have a hard time finding internships. My biggest advice is to apply early and search hard, y'all. Also, utilize the resources that these colleges are offering. A lot of times they have recruiters come and speak to us, y'all. They want us to come work for them just as much as we want to go work for these companies. So stay on top of everything you need, your P's and Q's. Go to career fairs, go to job fairs, different things like that. Have your resume ready. Utilize like professional leadership development courses or classes or centers or anything like that, just to make sure your resume is on point. Let your professors read over them if you need them to. And I just wish you all the best as you venture out onto this journey. I can say my experience interning for a Fortune 500 company was a 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. It was a warm welcome. People were so nice to me throughout the entire duration of it. It was definitely a great experience, and I can't wait to see where I end up next. I can't wait to see where y'all end up next. Anyways, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if it was very helpful for you. If you would like a part 2, just let me know in the comments. Comment how y'all feeling. If y'all agree, disagree, just let me know what's tea, okay? And then subscribe to the channel. Make sure you also click the bell for post notifications so that you can stay up to date every single time your girl posts a video, okay? Because if you're not staying up to date, that means you're getting left behind. And if you're getting left behind, baby, what are you doing? Because it's 2023. We not getting left behind no more, okay? We're at the top, okay? We staying on top of everything. Like, come on now, join the family. Anyways, yes, y'all, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.
Keep focused on